Excuse me, y'all. Hey, everybody. It's Connie with Connie's Crafty Corner. I've got several things to share with you guys today, but I did want to tell you a little bit about my visit to Mom, and if y'all don't want to hear this, you can skip over. For those of you who are new, my mom has recently been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and she was living with me for several months, but the decision's been made. She's staying at my sister's due to her having a whole lot more assistance and help. But she went to the doctor this week and got news that her creatinine level, which is kidney function, measures kidney function, is down to 13. And that's not good at all. They have referred her to a nephrologist. It was 27 in April. So that's quite a huge drop just since April. So we don't know what's going on. But if any of you guys are praying people, please say a prayer for her and for all of us, because we're just all extremely worried about her. She was pale as a ghost too, and she's lost a tremendous amount of weight. So I just really don't know what's going on. But anyway, I will keep y'all up to date for anybody who's following Mama's journey. But it was exciting to see her. She's precious. You know, she had that fall. She's having to walk with a walker now. And it's sad. But I decided I'm not going to be sad on my videos anymore like I have been. I'm going to try to be better. I'm such an emotional person that sometimes I just can't help it. But anyway, I want to show you guys what I've been up to. I've got two finished objects, and I've got several works in progress, but I'm not going to show them all to you. Well, I probably am. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see where this video goes. Okay, the first thing I've done is, for any of you guys who's been watching me, I do make an outfit every month for my daughter to have my grandson's picture made in with one of those little blankets that have the, month 1, 2, 3, whatever. And for the January month 4, we decided to go with a New Year's Eve idea. I think one of you guys gave me that idea. It was such a good idea. And somebody else gave me an idea for a year old, like a boxer, the boxing gloves and the little boxing shorts. Y'all, I'm looking out the window. I apologize. Saying I knocked this first year out. I really think that's what we're going to do. But anyway, let's get to this month. The first pattern that I made is by Playing Hooky Designs. It's the baby top hat. And I got this pattern off of Ravelry, and it was a free pattern, if I remember correctly. And this is what it looks like. Super, super simple pattern. I actually made it out of Premier Home, the Glitz cotton, and I don't have that with me. I bought a bunch of it on clearance a year or so ago, and have no idea what I'm going to do with it. It would be cool to use as dishcloths and stuff, but it's got that little tinsel-like thing running through it, so I don't think it would hold up. But it worked out perfect for this. Okay, I'm going to show you the top hat first. I don't know if it's going to focus. Let's see. There we go. It's got a little gold. It doesn't show up as pretty on camera as it does in person. Look, there's my hair. But anyway, it's so adorable. Let's see. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go. Y'all, excuse the hair that's in it. But anyway, it's really cool. And I think it's going to hold up good. Of course, right now it's not. But there we go. See, it's trying to focus on me. Y'all can't see that, but I can see where it's trying to focus on me instead of, let me cover my face instead of the hat. But anyway, I thought this turned out cute. And y'all, excuse the mess. Yes, that's a house coat right there. I am going to do a room tour as soon as I get all this cleaned up. But anyway, I also made a little diaper cover, and I got this as a pattern I just found on the internet, and I actually didn't follow it completely. I didn't pay for this. I don't think I did. No, I know I didn't, because it was just like in somebody's blog. And if I can find it, I will link it. But you can find this all over. I mean, there was tons of patterns. And I actually modified it just a little bit. But here's the diaper cover. I put these are shawl pins. But it's adorable. I think it's going to be so cute. It actually has the two little flaps. I wish that wouldn't, I don't know how to fix that to where it focuses on, not on me. But anyway, it's just little flaps you cross over. And I pinned them. Now, I may not, we may not do that. I just hadn't put any buttons or anything on it yet. But my daughter loved the look of the pins. We're just going to, I'm taking buttons with me. I'm actually going to her house Monday. And I'm going to stay just overnight to go pick up some packages that I had delivered at her house during the move. And to take a bunch of her Christmas stuff that she couldn't fit in her car on when she left here at Christmas. Y'all, I'm having a time talking today. But anyway, the little diaper, I'm trying to cover my face, y'all, cover, and the hat. So that's the outfit for Rowan. That's my only finished object. Okay. I told you guys I was going to do the Crochet Memories blanket, and I don't think that's what I called it in my last video. I have printed this off. This was $1 pattern, and I'm telling you, it's well worth it. She is an amazing pattern writer. In fact, I've got a bunch of her patterns in my Ravelry cube, or the little thing cart where you check out, and I just hadn't pulled the trigger yet. And I printed off in black and white. The color picture is so beautiful. I wished I'd have done that, but I don't like to waste ink. So this is the Crochet Memories blanket. Join as you go, corner to corner blanket. I don't know if y'all can see the variations in the different squares. And I'm telling you, for $1 pattern, this thing has pictures. I'm just going to show you right quick. Pictures and extremely well. I mean, she's just an amazing pattern right now, I think. And I really have struggled in the past reading patterns. I'm getting a whole lot better. Thank goodness. A whole lot better at it. And also this pattern includes step-by-step tutorials on YouTube that you can access within the pattern, you know, when you digitally download it, whatever. But y'all, this is a 15-page pattern, and I'm telling you, it's amazing. And there's Hannah. I'm sure all you guys know her. She's from, what's the name of her? The Cozy Cottage Crochet. She does a podcast, I think, every couple of weeks, and she has that sweet little daughter, Nova. And I love her channel, and I love this pattern. But let me show you what I've got done so far. Not very much, but at least I've got started. I've got 3 squares done so far. Let's see if it's going to focus. Oh, here we go. And honestly, this was such a simple pattern. I did have to look at the pictures just to learn the join right there where you join. Just because I still struggle a little bit with reading patterns. But I think if I was more knowledgeable in that, I wouldn't even have to look at the pictures because she does such a good job explaining. But y'all, I am tickled to death over this project. I'm just randomly picking up. Look, let me show you what I'm working on right now. And I'm using a 3.5 crochet hook. It's a clover. There we go. I've got all these little row 1 little skeins here that I got forever ago, and I never did do anything with them, of course. I started several projects with it, but I just didn't, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. But this, I'm keeping, it's living right here with my little hook in this box, and I've wrote it down in my little notebooks. I know exactly what hook I'm using, and I'm going to, you know, be able to hopefully finish this. Now, I've toyed with, do I put more than 1 square? And I'm sure I'm going to, but right now, as I use a piece, it doesn't use, this is 10 grams, and it's only using about 4 or 5 grams per square. So as I finish it, I'm throwing it over into a little basket so I don't have 2 of the same, because trust me, with all the mini skeins I've got and all the scraps I've got, this thing is going to be fine. Now, with that being said, I don't know when I'm going to finish this. It's just going to be something that I work on periodically. It's going to be a year-long project at least, and probably longer. But it's addictive, I'm telling you. I'm trying to sit down and complete at least 1 block every couple of days. But I did miss a few days this week because I'm still getting things situated in the house. And I had to quit being lazy. Well, I don't consider crocheting lazy. I consider that a mental health thing. But anyway. But also, I've got a lot of DK scraps. So any of my projects that I've made with my DK yarns, I decided to go ahead and start one. Now, that's a 9 block. It's a 9 row. This one's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 6 row. Let's see the difference in sizes. These are smaller. See right here? Let's see if you can focus on that. Yeah. See, these are a little bit smaller, but I'm using a 5 milligram hook for that. And you know, everybody says H hook and all that stuff. I just know it by millimeters. I said milligrams, didn't I? But I'm keeping it with the project, and I have wrote it down in my little book. And the reason I did them just 6 rows is some of my scraps for DK are really small, and I've been toying because the weirdness of who I am is, am I going to want to do scrappy blocks, or I don't want to. I want to make sure I have enough for a whole block. I'm probably going to end up doing scrappy because I really want to use up all these ends that I've saved. Now, if it ends a T90 and it's DK, I don't usually keep it. But if it's, you know, a bigger ball, I'll keep it. It just depends. And if I hated working with the yarn for any reason, I usually won't keep it if it's a small scrap. But I've got that going on right now, and I want y'all to keep me accountable, okay? But I've had at least 2 people, and I know one lady was named Sheila because I just read her comment. I hadn't got back to you, Sheila, but I did read it. I left it on there because until I heart it or respond, I usually won't mark it that I've read it. Have given me they've both given me the same suggestion as an alternative to doing the, what's it called? Crochet Memories blanket. And it's this pattern, the Battenberg blanket by Sandra Paul. Now, this is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's made with finger and weight. I'm sure you could use any kind of size weight yarn you wanted to, as long as, you know, your whole blanket was out of the same weight. It's more of a solid granny, and it was a free pattern. I just printed it off of her blog, and it's a pretty long pattern too. It's in UK terms, and I knew that, and I sat down, tried to do one, and I was doing it in, like it said, double crochet, which is a single crochet in UK terms, and I was doing double crochets, so I got a little frustrated with that. But I think what I'm going to try to do, and you know, y'all, if y'all followed me from the beginning of my channel, y'all know I started a lot of these big projects and I never finish them. But my hope is, because I think she called, hold on a second. Y'all, I don't usually lick my fingers, but my fingers are so freaking dry. Let's see. Anyway, she used a different size hook than what I'm using. I'm using the 3.5. I don't know what size she said. I read it on here, of course, because I thought, oh, that's not what I'm using. Well, it don't matter because I'm not using no, she used a 3 millimeter. I chose the 3.5 because that's what I'm doing the other squares with. And I thought, you know, it's finger and weight, and I'm just going to stay true to just using one hook for both blankets. And I may or may not do this blanket. I still hadn't decided. I've only got 3 blocks done in that, and I still have plenty left over to make the squares for the other blanket. But it calls for a solid to make it really beautiful, like it is in the picture. I'm going to put a link for this. Y'all can see it. And there is a YouTube channel. The solid that's used between the squares really makes it, I think, the way it breaks it up. And like she said, I think in her video, is it gives each color a time to shine. And I agree with that. So, and I'm kind of on a yarn diet, so I can't really be buying a bunch of yarns. I don't know. Okay, another thing that I'm extremely proud of is I'm participating in a make-along with Olivia. She's the creator of it at FiberFun with Olivia. Now, I've known Olivia through YouTube. I didn't actually know her, but I used to watch her channel so much. She had Makeup Fun with Olivia or something like that. But I used to watch her for years. I don't know, it might not have been years, but a very long time. Whenever I started watching YouTube, I found her and I watched her religiously because she's such a sweet personality. And there comes my husband, and he's going to come in and make the dog bark. But anyway, I watched her for years, and then she went away for a while, and then she came, I keep looking at him, and then she came back with a yarn channel of FiberFun with Olivia, and she decided to do this make-along. And it is, you have to pick a pattern you've had in your stash and a yarn you've had in your stash. And it started, I think, the 1st of January, and it goes through, I think, February the 15th. I've yet to take my picture and tag it. I've yet to do any of that stuff, but I got to do that. But I chose the Lincoln baby blanket. It's a knitted pattern. And I'm actually not making a baby blanket. I'm using a chunky yarn. This does not call for a chunky yarn. It come off the Willow Yarns website. It was a free pattern. I had it since I first got back into crochet and knit. Or I wasn't into knit first, but y'all know what I mean. And I have some of this chunky yarn, Burnett Softy Chunky, I think is what it is. But anyway, let me show you what I've got done so far. Y'all, I'm so excited. It is such, I'm telling you, a beginner could do it because I am not an experienced knitter at all. And I'm very pleased with what I've got done so far. Okay, here's what I've got done so far. I love those slip stitches and how they work up the front. Now, I don't have the, it kind of looks wonky, but because it's on the needles. I'm making it just like a, I don't want to pull it all the way out. It's going to be like a throw for, I'm actually making it for my daughter-in-law, and I know she don't watch this, so she won't know. This is one of her favorite colors, but that's how much I've got done so far. And it does not take that long. The reason I've not gotten further, because I started this, there's my husband. Hold on just a minute. Well, that is Jeff, and I'm sure y'all heard Ozzy. But anyway, the reason I would have been further along, because this really with chunky yarn does not take long, is that this little thing right here, when you slip it, it says, hold the yarn to the wrong side. Well, I don't know what I was thinking. I was holding it knit way. I was holding it in the back because that was the wrong side. And Pearl, Jeff, y'all, I hate when he does that. He's crazy. Anyway, I was just holding it wrong and it looked horrible. I was using a different yarn and everything, but I'll show y'all that. In fact, hold on just a second. I'll go get it. Well, you guys, I can't find it. Anyway, what I was doing, I wasn't holding it correct to slip it, so it was kind of putting a bar across here because I wasn't holding it to the wrong side. But when I find it, I'm going to show y'all because it's hysterical. I got pretty good ways on that blanket too. But if anybody's wanting to knit a blanket, I'm telling you, I really highly suggest this pattern. It looks wonky because it's not off the cable or whatever, but I think it's going to turn out really pretty. So, and I'm using this yarn, the Burnett Softy Chunky, and this color is Gray Heather, and this one is Glowing Gold. There's the two colors. And let's see, there are, I know people like to know, it's 100% acrylic, and it's 108 yards per. And I'm still on my first skein of each one, so it goes pretty good ways. That's the difference between knit and crochet. You can go a whole lot further with knitting, but I can crochet a whole lot faster. So, but anyway, I'm really enjoying this, this project. Now, I got one more thing to show you, and then my husband actually brought me lunch, so I'm going to go eat. You know, I'm doing that Crochet with Carrie, that sweater, the one that was Harry Styles inspired. I've got 2 sets of the squares, and I may have already showed you that, guys, but I finished 2 whole sets. This is the first one, and it's with the wool spun, and I don't know, I think it's taupe. This is the yarn that I'm using, and I think this color's taupe. That's the first one. I think there were 16 or 18 of those. And then I've got this one, which is mahogany, I believe is the color. And this is the griddle stitch, is what she calls it. And I've started, let me get all these little blocks out of my way. The next block, which is going to be baubles. So this one's turned out, I've done this one over and over. It's turned out a little bigger than the other squares, but I think I can make it work. I don't know how this thing's going to turn out, but I'm just trying it. And if I don't like it like this, my daughter will take it. I know she'll wear it. I'm going to do it over again in a solid color. I just thought I didn't have enough of these to make a garment. One of these colors to make a whole garment. But all of them combined, I'm going to be able to make one. But anyway, I think that's all I've got to share with you guys today. I'm looking around. Oh, I forgot I got an acquisition. And this is totally FiberFun with Olivia's thought, because she showed it. Making ripple blankets are one of my favorite things. And I actually bought this book. She showed a pattern that she had done out of it. I've got my ring light on today because it's really cloudy. And I love it. I love all the different It's just all different kinds of stitches. I haven't actually used it yet. But once I do, I love that. But once I do, I'll let you know how easy or hard it was to follow. She did great, but she can read patterns a lot better than me, probably. But it's also got graphs in it, which I did like. Because I can read a graph. I'm more of a visual learner, much more of a visual learner. See, right there's a graph for one of the patterns. But I think that's all I've got to share with you guys today. I'm going to go and eat lunch with my husband, and then I've got to go run some errands. I got some Amazon returns to do. I'll run out of time on one of them, but it was not a very expensive thing, but I cannot stand when I do that. I've only done it one other time, but I got to get that done today. One of them was a router. Let me ask you guys, I have got fiber optic internet through our local power company or whatever here. And we, of course, had to rent the modem router combo. Well, the way this house is arranged, it's got a first floor, second floor, and a basement. You can't get internet upstairs. I tried to upload a video the other day. It was about a 25, 30-minute video, and it took me 2 hours to get the thing to do anything. It may have taken longer, but I have these little Google Nest things that'll make your internet spread, gives you more points through the house. And it needs only a modem, which I can buy, but because it connects to my wall with an Ethernet cable and not a coax cable, I can't find a modem that'll work. So I'm still having to use that one, and I'm having to pay every month for it, which I hate to do. But if anybody's got any suggestions, if anybody has fiber optic or internet that connects just with the Ethernet cable into your modem and not one of those screw-in things, let me know what you're using, because I have searched and don't know what to buy. I tried to get a hold of my internet company, but I was on hold for like 20 minutes, and who's got time for that? So, but anyway, I'm going to go because now I'm going to start rambling like I always do, and I'll see you guys in a few days. Bye-bye.